being with us for our Thursday night No Fluff training webinar. Appreciate you guys being here. I know we've got several MLM list building workshop members with us as well. This is by far the largest group that we've had since we started doing these every Thursday night. So I appreciate you guys tuning in and very excited about the information that we're going to be sharing with you. My goal is by Monday, everybody listening with me tonight will be implementing what I'm getting ready to share with you, because you can be and you should be. And it's just going to give value to your business. I appreciate you being here again. I know we have some training club members as well as list building workshop members. I did send a special email out just to make sure you guys knew what was coming, along with our regular Thursday night people, most of which are training club and list building workshop members. And then we have a lot of brand new people. This is your first ever webinar with us. And again, I appreciate you being here. I really sincerely understand that your time is the most valuable asset that you have, and I don't take that for granted. So again, if you're first time with us tonight, thanks for being with us. It's probably going to be different than most generic trainings you've attended. I don't have a dog in the hunt. I'm not trying to back you into my network marketing team. I'm not trying to get you to join my network marketing company. It really is a labor of love for me. I've been involved in the industry almost 35 years now in some capacity. I really took a 15-year toe in the water approach to the network marketing industry, even though over the last 15 years I've had the opportunity to speak literally all over the world and maintained a lot of great friendships. But in July of this year is when we really started to make the decision that, you know what, I need to do what I need to do, and this is what I feel like I need to do. So I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes tonight. I never have ever tried to do that, but I am going to always speak my mind, and I'm sure I probably will. And I just have to say what I say and say what I believe, and that's the only way I know how to do it. So I'll just apologize in advance. When you were finished tonight, you're going to be exposed to a proven method that we've consistently used for over 15 years, really longer than that, to send hundreds, even thousands of qualified opportunity seekers to our various websites. And there's not one of you listening to me tonight that can't duplicate this and have the foundation up and going and running by Monday, by this coming in the next 3-4 days. Some of you will have it done by tonight, before you go to bed tonight. Some of you won't go to bed tonight after you hear what I'm getting ready to share with you, and I really believe that. For those of you that don't know, again, my name is Dale Calvert. I've been in the industry for over, as I've said, almost 35 years. I started as a 20-year-old kid that was smart enough to know one thing, and that was that he didn't know anything. And so I was a total blank slate when I started in this industry. And I had the opportunity that most people will never have, and that was to listen to a Walkman for 8 hours a day while I'm doing my full-time job. And I believe now, looking back on it many, many years later, it gave me an insight and a perception that most people really never had the opportunity to get regarding network marketing, especially as it relates to team building. I believe that the number one product in this industry is people. I believe that if you build people, people will build the business. From a marketing standpoint, yes, marketing is very, very important, but so many network marketers are so focused on marketing methods that I'm even hesitant sometimes to share the type of information I'm getting ready to share with you tonight, because I know that marketing methods, that focus alone, will never take you where you have the ability to go and will never help you achieve your full potential within this industry. You're in the leadership development people. Stop reading books on vitamins, herbs, and start reading books on leadership, and you'll be way much further down the road. So we got involved in the industry at age 20. It took me longer to make six figures than anybody I've ever met ever in the industry. It took me 9 years to get to 92,000, but my 10th year jumped over 252,000. My 11th year, we made over 1.1 million. My 13th year was over almost 4 million, and it all happened by design. None of it happened by choice. It happened the exact way it should happen, based upon understanding wisdom of the ages principles and team building concepts. So in the late 90s, we came out with our very first ever training program. It's called Confessions of a Network Marketing Millionaire. That came out way before, it was kind of weird back then, because nothing I ever did up until that point did I ever want to be outside of my own personal organization. It didn't bother me one way or the other, but it was never the plan. A lot of people start in today's network marketing world, they're trying to teach people something they've never done. And it's frustrating to me. And that's one of the reasons in July 2015 is when we started to do these Thursday night no fluff webinars and do some things that I had been avoiding for years. But some people that I've worked with personally have paid me an enormous amount of money, one-on-one consulting time. Many of you may have heard of David Ladeau. His brand was I Love MLM. And this was like in I started coaching with him. He was with USANA at the time, maybe in the late 90s. And like 2002, he was voted Network Marketer of the Year. You may have read some of his books. He had a bestseller, How I Went from Welfare to Millionaire Without Winning the Lottery. It's on Amazon. I think David's retired out of the industry now, does other things that he enjoys doing. Scott Miller, one of the greatest human beings ever walked the face of the earth. The former MLM loser. You can hear an interview if you guys listen to podcasts. Go to No Fluff MLM Podcast, and you can listen to an interview that Scott and I did years ago when I started working with his organization, helping putting together systematic teams that systems that everybody could do. Here's just a few people that this year were voted, the top network marketers that I've worked with, or have our staff has pulled comments off they've made. Tim up there, Tim was rated the number 38 MLMer in 2015, and he says, here's the one thing that changed my life. I recommend it. It's what I talked about at conference. He's talking about my Confessions of a Network Marketing Millionaire course here, same as Barry Donaldson, who was rated the number 5 male or number 10 male network marketer this year. He said, I bought Dale's Confessions of a Network Marketing Millionaire program when it first released. It catapulted my career and how I built my team. There's Courtney Looper, who's number 3 rated female in network marketing this year, and she's talking about our Profit CD, which we don't even sell. It's only available on Amazon. We don't sell it through our network marketing support services. But she says Dale's amazing. If you are in the network marketing industry, the CD is a must. It'll take you to the next level. I've only been in the industry for 2 years. Followed Dale the whole way. He puts everything in simple perspective anybody can understand. Good job, Dale. I'm trying to do this half by reading and half by memory. I don't have my good glasses on tonight, guys. But it's Courtney Loop. She's been in the industry 2 years, has made $1 million her first 2 years in the industry. So I say that, guys, just to say, look, I've been around a long time. I've worked with people in the past, worked with people in the future, and I get it. I understand what it takes, and I understand that most people are going to tell you what you want to hear, in hopes that you'll stay on their $40 auto ship again one more month. And I understand there's a lot of self-proclaimed gurus that are, for them to eat, they have to stroke your ego and tell you what you want to hear, and they have to be as vanilla as possible to keep you coming back, because they are afraid that if they upset you, then you're going to fall off $42 or $972 a month training program, whatever the case may be. And, I just don't live there. Okay. I'm going to share what I know and let it fall where it falls. I believe that every career network marketer, every single one, should have a go to be a lead generation expert. And that's not something I thought about yesterday. It's something we've been talking about for over 20 years. And this very unique idea that I'm going to share with you tonight, I will share with you how you can literally email 100,000 opportunity seekers about your product and your service every single month, even if you don't have an email list. It's one of the most remarkable ways that I know to generate leads consistently. We've been doing it again for over 15 years. We've taught it one-on-one to a lot of people. We've taught it generically in some of the seminars that we've done, and I even wrote a little report on this. But it's like I don't understand why this isn't part of what everybody does every day. It needs to be. It's real simple. It's no foo-foo dust. There ain't no foo-foo dust. There's not one lead generation method in the world that is going to cause prospects to call you yelling their credit card number in the phone every day so they can join you on your team. No matter what people try to tell you, it does not exist. Lead generation is the easiest part of this business, but it's probably the most misunderstood because people are looking for one thing that they can do that's going to create massive amounts of leads, and there's not. There's about 20, 25, 30 things that you can do that will generate good quality leads for your business. And the more of those you do, the more leads you're going to have, the quicker, faster, easier you're going to grow your business. That's just the way it's set up. There ain't no foo-foo dust. The way you accomplish this is with Safe List. And I know some of you have said, well, Dale, I tried Safe List. I've heard of Safe List. And some of you are thinking, Dale, I don't even know what you're talking about. Safe List. Even if you've tried the Safe List promotions in the past, I promise you there's going to be some things I'm going to share you've never seen. Some of you are on this webinar tonight because you received an email from a Safe List that you're a member of. Now think about that for a minute. I would say there's at least a dozen, maybe 2 dozen, maybe more, because we got a great crowd tonight. We got a lot of our regulars. We got some people that come when the topic is something they can benefit from, which is awesome. Just in time learning, I believe in it. Sequential learning, that's cool. But there's a large group of people here tonight, and the only reason you're here is because you got an email from a Safe List that you're a member of. So you above all people should know what I'm talking about is legitimate. I'm going to share with you some proven insights that I've never heard anybody else talk about. We've been doing Safe Lists since the late 90s. They've come a long way since then. And then I think the trend that I see towards Safe Lists now, I don't particularly like. And I'll talk a little bit about that as we go on. I actually owned and built MLMSafelist.com. I developed that, bought the website, built it, and sold it, and made a great return on my investment in 2005. And I think the guy that owned it let the domain go away. What do you call it? Expire. And nobody's doing it. Somebody owns it, but they aren't doing anything with it now. But I just say that again. I've been testing this and working with these for a long, long time. So here's the concept. For those of you that don't have a clue what a Safe List is, or even if those of you that maybe have done in the past, here's the idea behind the Safe List. It's somebody owns a large email list, and typically there's 10,000 to maybe 80,000 people that are members of this list, and they basically all 80, we'll say 80,000, come to an agreement that I will let other members send me email promotions about what they're doing if I can send my email promotion about what I'm doing. And on the surface, I don't like that at all, honestly. It's like back in the day, it's like, I used to tell people when somebody says, I'll come to your opportunity meeting if you'll come to mine, I would say I wouldn't waste 1 second of my time with your opportunity meeting because I know what I'm doing and where I'm going. And honestly, that same attitude is what you should feel about safe list marketing. It's not for weak people with weak belief in what they're doing. It's not. But the concept, again, is you can send anywhere from, normally, if you're a free member of the safe list of the ones I'm going to talk about, and again, there is a trend away from what I'm saying, but what I'm saying is still available, and it's what I use and it's what I promote. And we are experimenting with some of the other stuff that they're doing, but I would not. Your time is the most valuable asset that you have as a marketer, as a human being. So I can't go down those roads right now. What I am sharing with you tonight, I know what I know regarding this, and it makes perfect sense. The other trends may make sense if they can be outsourced as well, but we'll talk about that as we continue. But here's the basic idea. When you join a safe list as a free member, most of them, the ones we're going to discuss with you at least, will allow you to go in and send an email to 500 to 1,000 list members every week. Now, in the old days, if the safe list had 31,000 members, then you got to send to all 31,000 members, and they got to send to you. And yes, your email box this was before Google, and before you could sort kind of the way you can sort. And I'm going to talk about that tonight, so you don't have to, waste your time wading through the mass of ignorance that you will receive. This is where you're going to see we do all the work, you make all the money stuff. But the basic concept, again, is you can log in if you're a member, and you can send out 500 to 1,000 emails to people that are opportunity seekers. That's the key. I mean, these people would have never joined the safe list if they didn't have a product or service of some kind to market, even if it's affiliate programs. A lot of people are just marketing affiliate programs or CPA offers. You see people sending out their eBay listings. I mean, all kinds of stuff. But the basic concept, it's B2B, it's business to business, it's entrepreneur to entrepreneur. So if you upgrade, and there's some that you should, and there's some that we don't think that you should, and there's some that we aren't decided about yet. Okay, based upon just what we've tested over the years, but there's a few you definitely should. And if you upgrade, there's usually a fee. It's monthly. We usually pay annually, and it's quite, I mean, you say, well, Dale, I'm not paying $400 a month to be an upgrade. Then that's fine. But here's the thing. Here's the way I look at it, and I'm not going to stress to you one way or the other. It's up to you. But if I make $400, and I can email 3,000 members every 3 days instead of 1,000 members every 7 days, and I've already made $3 or $4 or $5 or $600 from that particular market, that particular list, I will upgrade without thinking anything. I wouldn't think twice about it, because all marketing is math. All marketing is math. So that's just where I live with this concept. Now, some of the good things that they've done now is, like, there's a limit to how many emails that any one member will receive. So if they have 80,000 members and they send out 500 emails, only 500 at a time, then it's not like they're sending out 80,000. So they've limited the number. And then the other intelligent thing that many of these companies have done is if you do read the email, which I don't at this point, when I was first starting, I did. But if you do happen to read somebody's email and you click on a link, then they give you mailing credits. So let's say you have 500 credits a week and you clicked on somebody's email, now that went to 510. So if you clicked on 10 emails and you got 10 credits for each one, the next time you have the opportunity to send out your email, instead of sending out 500, you would be able to send out 600. And again, guys, take some notes tonight, because these kind of little things, you're going to come back and you're going to say, did he say, yeah, because there's a lot of little things like this that we've learned over the years that are going to make a difference for you. Now, I'm going to try to make it as easy as possible, but that's the basic breakdown. Let me see if I've missed something I needed to tell you real quick. Sorry. No, but let me just tell you up front, every slide that you're going to see tonight, I'm going to give you the opportunity to get your hands on every slide, and there's no cost to you, because I think it will help you. So don't try to write down everything on the slide, but it's going to be on the slide. But there's some things that I'm sure I'm going to say that won't be on the slide, and then you might, and I'll try to, hey, this is important, write it down. I'll try to give you that heads up as we go through this. All safe lists are not equal. The top 5 that we've been doing and using have been the top 5 for at least 5 years. And again, we test new ones all the time. I personally have tested well over 100 in the past 15 years. We normally use 10 lists at a time. 10, we use 10, and I'm going to talk to you about that in great detail. And then we test about 1 to 5 every month. And what I really am trying to do is find one better than my number 10, and then I'll replace it. And if I could get 20 that were worth the time, effort, and energy, then I would use 10. I would use 20. But today, none are doing it at what we're talking about. The ones I'm going to share with you tonight, that's how they do it. You get free number when you become a free member. You get X number of emails a week. If you upgrade, you get more, and you can send more frequently. What the trend has been the last 2 or 3 years is we'll give you X number when you join, and then you can go to our site and putz around and click banners and click on emails to earn future credits. Now, I don't mind. I like being able to send 5,000 emails at once, but after that, I don't want to have to go in and putz around on a website and to create credits. I personally am not going to do that, and I'm not saying there's not a market for it. I'm still think there might be a market for it, and here's why I think there might be a market for it. And again, I'm kind of going deep on some of this, guys. And again, I'm sharing with you theory now. But if someone, see, a lot of people got involved in safe list, got on list, and then whatever entrepreneurial endeavor they were involved with, they decided that they would rather go back and work a job in a cubicle than be an entrepreneur, because reality sets in. So some of these people are still on safe lists and they're still getting emails, but they're not actively pursuing an entrepreneurial endeavor. Does that make sense? These people that are putzing around and trying to get credits by clicking on banners and all that stuff are actively involved in an entrepreneurial endeavor. So my thought is, and again, this is just theory, they could be a lot more responsive. Okay. So my question, and again, it's something that I'm playing with right now and have no conviction one way or the other. If I can hire somebody to go in and click 17 banners and read 42 emails every day, and it doesn't cost me much to do it, and until they built up to a 5,000 credit, and then I can take and I can send up 5,000 emails to that list, and I make $210. I'm just pulling that number out of the air from that list of 5,000 that I just sent. Is it worth it to me to pay somebody 200? Is it worth for me to pay them the entire $210 to do that if I'm building my own personal list in the process? I say yes, but I don't know if that can be done yet. So again, I apologize for getting off too much there, but I just wanted to fill in the blanks. Everything on a safe list depends upon the response rate, the demographics. You know, a lot of safe lists have people that don't speak English, which if you're in an English speaking country, that may or may not be much value to you. So you just have to be aware of this stuff. Yeah, and you'll see we'll send our list to I've seen 119,000 opportunity seekers for $19. Run from those. It's not worth it. Uh, the odds of those emails ever ending up in anybody's inbox instead of their spam box is slim to none. So just be aware, guys, again, because there's a lot of shiny objects in this world. Okay, there's a lot of shiny objects. So just be careful. It's real important. Now, at the end tonight, those of you that at the end of the webinar, I'm going to give you my book, my report that I wrote on safe lists. So hang out for that. It will not be available to anybody that watches the recording, only for the people that are on the live webinar. However, everybody that's listening to my voice recorder or otherwise, write down this URL. This is how you get a copy of my slides tonight. tinyurl.com/100K slides. Everything is case sensitive. So use the large K and the large S in slides. tinyurl.com/100K slides. And I'll give that to you again at the end, but I just want to let you know that. So here's the basic process. You set up a separate Gmail account for all of your safe list promotions. It's the first thing you should do. That's number one. First thing. So, now, some require 2 Gmail accounts. And if they do, they have like a list account and a contact account. I set up all my safe list in filters, which those of you that are involved in the MLM list building workshop, you've probably already seen the video back there about how to set up filters in your Gmail account. And basically, and you can go on YouTube and find that. And basically, what it does when people send you an email from a safe list, it bypasses your email box and it goes directly into a folder where you can still go in and like I was looking at one of mine tonight, there was like 71,000 emails in this folder from safe list providers. Okay. If I wanted to, at any time, I could go in there and read them and click on the links and get more credits if I wanted to. But I recommend just bypassing it. Now, most people don't do what I do, thankfully. Therefore, there's a market for it. Okay. But again, it just depends upon your time and the value you have and the promotion time that you have. And a network marketer should never be sitting around, even if it's 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock on the West Coast and it's too late to be making phone calls or following up with people. But you should never be diddly dallying around. And safe list is something that if nothing else, sit there while you're watching a football game and be clicking safe list at the same time to create more credits for your next next mailing. Join the top 10 safe list. It take you about maybe 10 minutes to join them. It's like going through a mirage. I mean, they make it as difficult as they possibly can. They have all these upsells, downsells, side sales, upgrade now, you'll never see this again, blah, blah, blah. Except for a couple that I'm going to share with you where, I would consider maybe when you join. The rest, you'll always be able to upgrade in the future if you choose to, except for one that a couple that I'm going to mention. Okay, but you just want to get in, get registered, and be done with it one time. And you only have to get registered one time, and you're done. Then all you have to do is sign in, find out where I'm supposed to send my email from, log in, send the email, you're done. For a video that I am doing for the list building workshop members, I did it tonight. I went in and I logged into the 10 safe lists that we recommend, and I sent an email to every one of them, in about 40 minutes, which at one time I could do it a lot quicker than that. But it wasn't bad because I know, again, some of you are watching me tonight because I took the time to do that earlier. Here's a little trick. Use symbols in your site, in your like these kind of symbols in your headline of your email. Just draws a little bit more attention. We've got a link to a website that has all these symbols. Again, it's in the list building workshop. Save your passwords and log in when you join up, guys. This is real important. When you start going through these 10 safe lists, you want to save your password and your login all together on one Excel sheet. You can write it out on a piece of notebook paper if you need to, but save them all together, because in the future, when you're ready to, okay, I got 40 minutes, I'm going to send out, several thousands, tens of thousands of emails every week. You want all that information right there together so you can buzz through it. Test multiple emails. Again, I keep all mine just stacked in a Word document. And we promote different things at different times of the year and just at different times. We have a couple of all-inclusive affiliate type programs that we usually start promoting the first of every month, because that's going to recoup those. The upfront commissions on those will recoup every advertising dime that we spend the rest of the month. That's a general approach, but it's how you want to pursue it. Okay, and I'm going to give you an example here. This is my second top rated of the top 10 email list. It's called List Joe. Been using it for over 10 years. I love it because there's a lot of active people on there. It's very easy to use. They have the great credits for every time somebody clicks. It gives them credit, but so you have a lot of active people. It's a really good list. This is the best promotion that I have done in the last 5 years with the safe list. This is the best, and it's not anything to write home about. And again, I don't look at this. See, any lead that you generate in network marketing, to me, everything has to do with the duplication factor. It's not about getting them in. It's about keeping them in and helping them move forward. It's about the duplication factor. Those of you that have gone through our local MLM Leads program, I talk about this in great detail. I believe that if you stay in the game and you stay true to what you're doing and you persist, that there's not one lead generation method, every lead generation method you ever use, at some point you will sponsor one person that will pay for every lead generation method that you ever use for the rest of your career, from a monetary investment standpoint. The thing you can't get back is time, but the monetary aspect always will pay off. It's like we talked about drop cards a week or two ago. I've had multiple people that I have enrolled over the years, when I was building, that will pay for every drop card that I ever bought for my entire career. Same with classified ads, same with safe lists, same with everything. So you have to look at it from the right perspective. All right, this particular email was supposed to go out to only 1,000. It was in a test account. I have a List Joe test account, and I also have a paid account, upgraded account. You're not supposed to do that. That's supposed to be against the rules. But I've been working with these guys for a long time. So this was like January 2013, and it went out to 885 people on this account. 45 opened it, and that's a little bit above average, actually. You're looking about a 2%. This was the click rate. 45% click. 45 out of 885 clicked. That's high. Okay, but that's how many clicked. And what we did with this particular email is we promoted what I call all-inclusive affiliate program, and it pays $80 upfront in commissions. That's what it does. And it's a really good product. It's credible company, something I, use and have used and benefited from. But it's just an affiliate program. It's not something I'm trying to, build a massive. It's just a cash generator from something that I believe in. Okay, this particular time now, and we've sold a lot of these memberships through SafeList, but this particular one boom, we had five subscriptions, 5 members that joined. $80 up front. That's $400 upfront commissions. Now, this particular safe list allows you, and again, guys, some of you might be listening to a recording. Don't hold me to these numbers as far as how many you get for how much or whatever, but at the time of this recording, obviously everything that I'm giving you is most up-to-date information that I have. You send out 1,000 a week for free. It's free, 1,000 a week, once every 7 days, 1,000. Now, for $397 a year, are like $47 a month, or it might be $67 a month. I really don't remember. I know it's $397 a year. I pay $397 a year, and I can send 3,000 emails every 3 days. So it doesn't take a mental heavyweight, as far as I'm concerned, to understand if I made 400 with actually 885 emails. It says 1,000. Sometimes it's a little bit less. Sometimes it's a little bit more. The one after that was 1,012. Okay, so it's close. But if I made $400, do I have a problem spending $397 to email 3,000 people every 3 days? And the answer is obviously no. So I'm just trying to give you the numbers and kind of give you, again, behind the scenes look at this. And again, I cannot stress this enough. Be careful of the fluff. It's everywhere. I pulled this off one of these safe lists this week when I was putting this together, just as an example. And this was from a mailer that it's our number 3 or 4 called State of the Art mailer. And right at the head top of the thing, it says, we call the leads. We close the sales. You keep all the commissions. If that sounds fair, click here. Now, if you're involved in network marketing, there's a major fee attached to this, of course. But if you're involved in network marketing, do you really want to build a business where you didn't do anything? I mean, where you just got lucky? I mean, my gosh, we got too much of that. We got far too much of that right now throughout the industry. Okay, and if network marketing is about duplication and it's about teaching others how to teach others, and it costs $497 a month or whatever for this service with no guarantees, does that make a lot of sense? And if it could be done this easily, then why would companies need the distributors? Why don't they just contact these companies? So be smart. That's all I'm saying. Be smart. Be real smart. Time's the most valuable asset you have. Some safe lists make it hard to get in, hard to get out on purpose. They do. So the goal is to get in, get out as quick as you can. Email if you're a free member and you mail out every week, I recommend that you send your emails every Friday. Every Friday. So every Friday you just designate 40 minutes for email delivery or for safe list promotion every Friday, because I want the email in their box Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's when I want the email in their box from Safe List, because a lot of people do their Safe List promotions over the weekend. So email every Friday. If you're an upgraded member, like I said in List Joe, where I can do 3,000 every 3 days, then I want to email Friday and then I email Tuesday, every Tuesday, every Friday, because it has to be 3 days apart, at least 3 days apart. Again, most free services will allow you to mail 500 to 1,000 emails every week. Most upgraded, 3,000 every 3 days. I have some that I can do 5,000 with. So again, it varies. That's good averages. So when you're just getting started, guys, here's what I would do. I would join the top 10 list. I would invest my profits over time into upgrading, especially with the first 2 that we recommend. Really, the first 5. And honestly, number 10 is the first one I ever upgraded with, ever, number 10. But I upgrade with all of them. But again, I'm just looking at banging for the buck, and I look at things a little bit different than most people do. Free is from 500 to 1,000, upgraded about 3,000, and you can see the numbers. If you're sending 3,000, that's 30,000. That's every 3 days. That's 30,000 emails a month. If you have 10 lists like that, that's 300,000 emails a month that are going out on behalf of you and your business. And again, guys, it's just having the discipline to do it whenever you schedule it. That's the key. That's the secret to all lead generation and to all success, honestly, is the daily disciplines. So I already gave you the List Joe example. That's the number one example that I can give you that I can document. Advanced strategy. What I'm getting ready to share with you now, this is an advanced strategy, but honestly, before I get into it, let me ask you this question. And see, I need to start doing these webinars where I'm comfortable you typing in your answers so I can communicate with you. And I know everybody tells me, Dale, that's the way you're supposed to do webinars so you can engage your audience. And I understand that, but it's like, there's always trolls and there's always people that are trying to be funny. And it's like, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to teach something to you. I'm trying to make a difference. So that's why I don't do it, but I need to get better at it. And I will over time. Just give me some time. I'm practicing with Periscope and it drives me crazy, honestly. So I'm going to get better at it. But let me ask you a question. And this is an important question. This is really important. What's your time worth? what is your time worth per hour? Because time is the most valuable asset any of us have. And the older I've become, the more that I've understood this, not just from a, life is short standpoint, but from a growing a business standpoint. And I remember Jim Rohn saying, years and years ago, that it's sinful to mow your own grass when you can pay a little neighborhood boy $5 to do it. Now, today, obviously, it's $95 to a lawn care service, but the principle's the same. And, Jim Rohn said there ought to be a law about cheating a little neighborhood boy out of $5. Now, I want you to think about this, guys. We got a great crowd tonight. Every one of you on here tonight, you're building a business of some kind. You're focused somewhere with an entrepreneur mindset. What are you the most valuable at? And, I looked on here tonight. I got a lot of old friends that were registered early. A lot of good marketers were on here tonight. And, and I'll just pull his name out because I don't think would care. But, I saw Robert Blackman had registered to be with us tonight. And Robert, I would look, but I hope you're here. But Robert Blackman is like one of the most talented copywriters, ad copywriters in the industry. If I was smart, I would pay Robert to write all my emails. Okay, and maybe that day will come but it's like if I got to write it, then I might as well write it. But again, I should pay somebody personally to build better PowerPoints for me for these Thursday night webinars. I know I should. But here's my deal. I usually are not finished until right before I get on, because many times, and I don't plan real far ahead. A lot every week is going to be determined based upon the comments that you guys leave me from the previous week, the questions that I get. So, I just don't have a lot of one size fits all stuff that I share over and over and over. If I did, then I would. But your time is the most valuable asset that you have. And if you're spending your time trying to generate leads with a method that you have mastered, your time would be much better spent, excuse me, letting somebody else do that while you're mastering another method. And if you're taking notes, that's worth writing down. If you're generating leads, I'm going to say it again because I really want you to get this. If you are generating leads, and especially if you're generating leads with a method that you've already mastered, it's better to let somebody else do that while you are mastering another method. And see, what I see a lot of times over the years, people get caught in doing one thing one way over and over and over, especially as it relates to lead generation, and they never expand from that. And then when the market changes from, if it's a technology, the technology changes, or just the market in general changes. See, there was a time when I called bull and China shop distributors could go into the marketplace, talk to everybody that they came in contact with everywhere, and build a significant business. Those days aren't that. The market has changed now, because home business is not a buzz like it was 15 years ago. And MLM, there's been way too many people that have been trying to sponsor into too many network marketing companies by relatives and friends that didn't have a clue what they were doing. That they thought that the way you did it was twist people's arms into the business. They didn't understand anything about curiosity or anything that we've been trying to teach for years. But my point is, your time, guys, is valuable. Don't treat yourself like a $5 an hour employee. Don't. It's valuable. So stay with me on this next part, because this is the key, man. This is really important. After you go through the submission process a few times, you can easily submit to 10 safe lists in an hour to an hour and a half. And honestly, after I did it tonight, which I hadn't done it like that personally in a long time, I would say you can do it in 45 minutes easily. When I did these slides, I thought, hour and a half, easily within 45 minutes. So let's go back through this. This is the advanced strategy. Join the top 10 safe list. Then I would go through it 2 or 3 times myself, like, every Friday, do it. So you just get kind of comfortable, but you don't have to. You can hire a virtual assistant to submit all your emails for you every Friday. And if you get to a point where you're, now you're doing 3,000 emails every 3 days, and you could have your virtual assistant do it on Friday, and then you have 2 that you're upgraded. So you do the 2 Tuesday. And after you've upgraded eventually to all 10, then you could hire another virtual assistant, or you could just have the same virtual assistant do it 2 times a week instead of once. The point is, let somebody else do it. We have a new video for you guys that are members of List Building Workshop. And I did this today. See, last week I told you guys I was going to do this. I was going to talk about how to email 100,000 opportunity seekers every week. And I said that last week to put pressure on myself to make sure I got it done. And what I really was doing, honestly, just straight up, was I had to make some adjustments to our current outsourcing video for the people, because one of the companies we were using had merged and one went out of business. And I had another one that I found that I wanted to use to replace one of our previous top 10. So I knew I needed to get this done. And then I thought, if I've got to make the outsourcing video, I got to get that done for our outsourcer anyway. So why not do it in a way where an MLM list building member can take that video themselves and send it to their outsourcer and use it, and they don't have to make the video. And so my language was talking not to my outsourcer, but it was talking to a VA, a virtual assistant, in the hopes that, or for the goal of, that you guys are already List Building Workshop members. I got to figure out how to make this video available to you where somebody's not stealing it. And I think I know how to do that. And I can just send it to you, and you can send it directly to your outsourcer. And after you've got your 10 set up, then they can go in and do your 10 emails every day or every 3 days, and you don't have to worry about it. So it's like, man, this is extremely valuable for you guys. Now, so we have a new video for you that explains the entire process. And again, details are in the back office of List Building Workshop. But you could do this yourself. Most of you listen to me anyway. You don't need my video. You could do it because you're going to be doing it anyway. So you might as well record your own video if you want to. But I wanted to make it available if you didn't want to have to take the time to do that. You then send them your login information for each safe list, and then the email promotion you want done for that week. You take 10 minutes a week, And I do this every Sunday. Every Sunday I send payments to my outsourcers, and I use a lot of outsourcers as far as web traffic type things. So I send them their payment for the week, and then I send them the promotion that I want done that week. And I'm done. I'm finished. It takes maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes at the most. You know, some of you know every Sunday night, Dawn and I go out to Starbucks. It's kind of our tradition. Every Sunday, you know, if it's in the summer, we get to put the top down and we get to enjoy it. It's a pretty drive. It's not in a big metropolitan area, even though we're in Atlanta. From where we are to our Starbucks, there's a lot of trees and it's awesome. So we do that every Sunday night. When I come home with my Starbucks, I pay my outsourcers and I put out the promotion for the next week. You can do it too. Take 10 minutes, you can do it. Now, master it, outsource it, master it, outsource it. I believe in that more than I ever believed in it, especially for your networkers today, because you got to get through more people than you've ever gone through before. And a lot of people, you know, there's a lot of people wasting a lot of time, in my opinion, just trying to engage people on social media. And there's nothing wrong with that, guys. But honestly, most of your social media, most of it, not all of it, most of your social media should be outsourced. But just with list building, just with what we've talked about, just with the safe list, within 90 days, you can have hundreds, even thousands of prospects visiting your website automatically every single month, automatically. And you don't have to even do anything except send a payment and send an email of what you want sent for 10 minutes. It takes 10 minutes, do it once a week. Every Sunday night, again, I communicate with all the VAs, and we use this for online classified sites, forums, some of our social media, et cetera, et cetera. If you're not getting fired up about this, guys, then I've done a terrible job. I mean, really. At this point, if you're not getting fired up, I have done a terrible, terrible job. This is the obvious question. How much does it cost to hire a virtual assistant? And here's just an example I pulled this week. $3 an hour. 3 hours a week, 3 hours a week, submit it twice a week on Tuesdays and Fridays. If it took a virtual assistant an hour and a half per 10 safe list logged in, sent out. If it took them an hour and a half, that's 3 hours a week, okay? It's not going to take them that long. I mean, and I know that from experience tonight. Could you cut it to 45 minutes? Maybe, I don't know. But you can, I'm telling you that these people, once they learn it, they're going to be a lot more focused and a lot quicker than I ever will be. Are you too, for sure? Okay, because they just come in, they're getting it done, and they're getting out. But what if it costs you $6 a week? What if it costs you $6 a week? And once a month, you made an $80 commission. Okay, that's ridiculously low, in my opinion. Once a month, you made an $80 commission. You're going to pay for his or her salary and make a $56 profit in the process. And what are you doing during this time? You're learning the next traffic source. Guys, I hope you're hearing what I'm saying. This has got to fire you up. Five hours for $15? Yes. I paid someone this week. Those of you know MLM Help, been online since mid-90s. It's been hacked 4 or 5 times. at one time somebody hacked it. We got it cleaned up, but it left all these googly glop stuff everywhere, all these symbols and different posts. And it's like, my gosh, I've got pages of content, pages and pages and pages of articles that have been written over the years. And for me to go back in through there and try to clean all the googly glop stuff up would be a nightmare. And it's taken me forever. But finally, this week, I hired somebody. She's halfway through it, started at the end, the first article, working her way back to the most recent. She's halfway into it. To this point, it's cost me $15. It's going to cost me $30 when it's all said and done to get that done. That's just an example of what you can have done in your business. If what is your time worth? You've got to learn to outsource to those. And see, really, this is really an outsource training as much as it is about a safe list training. Safe list is just a great place to start. Let me give you the website. I wrote this particular virtual assistant you're looking at, this ad, I pulled from this week on Fiverr, Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com. Another one that we've used is Upwork, Upwork.com. I found a lot of good people on Upwork. I've used Craigslist in the past to find outsourcers. I found my podcast producer on Craigslist. Another is onlinejobs.ph. Onlinejobs.ph. This is not in your slides, but this one's worth writing down too. These are all Filipino workers, and they're talented people. They're easy to work with, very gracious. Onlinejobs.ph. All Filipino workers that want to do better. And again, I have some outsourcers that are in other countries. I have some outsourcers that are in the U.S., and we have a small staff in Kentucky. So that's what we do. Now, if you're not a list building workshop member, I'm going to do a short pitch on this, and I'm going to give you your free stuff. And it's not really going to be a pitch. I don't do pitches. Here's the way I believe in it. At this point, if what I have said has not made total sense for you, then what I've shared with what I'm getting ready to share with you now is probably not for you. And the last thing I want anybody to do is to invest money in anything that's not for them at that time. I'm not about that. I'm not going to try to convince you that this is for you or something you should be doing, because I believe the right people know. But if you're not a list building workshop member, here's what we do on this site. We teach dozens of online lead generation concepts, methods, ideas, and it's all about online. It has nothing to do with local. Okay. We will continue to add new content. And the price of the membership absolutely, positively is going to go up over time, as is with all of our training. That's my goal. That's my goal. Once you're a member, though, your grandfathered. Your investment's not going to go up. It's lifetime access to all the content for a one-time membership fee. So that's the way we're moving almost everything we possibly can online. It's all going to go up in price as we add more content. Honestly, the video that you can send to an outsourcer after you join the 10 is worth what we're charging for list building workshop right now. So some of you are members of our local MLM lead generation program. We sell that for $397. That is a physical course. It's not available right now, but It was shot in Texas before a live audience. We're going to put all that content eventually in the back of List Building Workshop, and we're not going to even sell that course anymore by itself. What I'm trying to do is ultimately anything that has to do with online lead generation and is not highly specialized, then it's going to end up probably at the MLM List Building Workshop anyway. So that's just what we're thinking. Now, I want to see if I can click on this. This is a different URL, guys. This is not the URL of the slides you're seeing. This is important. MLMhelp.com/LBW. That looks like it's all lowercase /bonus. I think if I click on this, I can bring it up. It's going to an actual website. If I can remember the password. Yep, it's password protected. Daggone it. And I cannot remember the password. Maybe we'll get lucky here. Yes, good. It took my password from the last time I logged in, so we're good. Okay, I'm going to send you. Let me just show you this. I am going to send this to you guys. I'll send it in an email follow-up to everybody that was on tonight. So be looking for that. Oh, here it is. I found it. Okay, let me show you what's back here. This is pretty cool. You got to have the password to get in here. This is just where I show what I did the same thing with this is just for one particular. This is viral URL, which is my favorite safe list because there's more network marketers on this one than any of the others. That's why I use this one. Why I like it. That's why it's number one. Inside secrets, and then I talked about using these little gizmo things. You can click right here, and it'll take you to a website where you can get all those symbols for these little gizmo things. And then I talk about setting up email filters in your Google account, and there's a video right here that shows you exactly how to do that. So they aren't ever even getting to your email box as far as you seeing them. They just go in a folder, so you don't have to ever look at them unless you want to. Very important. Okay, then I go through the top 10 safe lists that we talked about, and all you got to do is you can click here to join, and it'll take you right to these safe lists. Number one is viral URL. Number two is List Joe. Number three is state-of-the-art mailer. Number four is called Downline Builder Direct. Number five is Targets Ad Depot. Six is newer. It's from the same people that own List Joe now. It's called BWebble. It's good. And with this BWebble, you can join tonight and send 2,000 emails every week free. That's pretty cool. 2,000 is the most I've ever heard of. List Auction. Again, you can click right there, get you all the details, free ad depot. And then this one I been Target Safe List is huge. And I paid $40, and it's still $40, I think, to be an upgraded member. And I can send 5,500. It's like twice a day or something as an upgraded member. But even as a free member, free members can send 5,500 every 3 days. Now, this is the least responsive of the group for multiple reasons, most of which it's been around long enough where most of the people that thought they were entrepreneurs 10 years ago are not entrepreneurs today. That's just the way it is. But I've got all these right here for you, and then these are the ones we're testing right now. So I'm going to give you the link where you can log in with the password, and it's going to make this as easy as I could for you right here tonight. So the link is what I gave you a few minutes ago. You can see it right here, MLMhelp.com/LB-W bonus. Now, I'm going to give you the password because it is password protected. And let me just, I'm going to, I probably should type this in, because I'm afraid if I try to give it to you over this, that you'll not be able to understand my southern accent. So let's just go that route. How about that? Password. And now that I'm doing this, I'm thinking I've already done this. Man, I'm going on not too much sleep, if you can't tell. But I got it done, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. I hope this is giving you some value. Oh, that's not right. Yeah, password. L, capital L, B, W, bonus for list building workshop, bonus, and then the pound sign. So that's the password after you go to that site I just gave you. So it's not going to be on your, even if you download the slides are already up for you to download tonight. So the password's not going to be on there. Okay, so I'll just tell you that. So write that down. Password LBW bonus @ sign or star sign, number sign. Okay. So this will take you to the page I just showed you. But once you get there, it's going to ask you to put in the password, because I'm not. And again, this is going to be up for. It'll be up for at least a week, but eventually I'm moving all this kind of stuff behind closed doors, because I'm just getting tired of people just stealing my stuff all the time. I really am. And it's like I give it away, and then they steal it and sell it. I do have one other thing I want to share with you, but if you found, let me end this webinar recording. But if you found tonight valuable, guys, please join us. We do this kind of stuff every Thursday, and help me spread the word. Network marketers, we got a bunch of people out there that don't know how to network and don't know how to network. They don't know how to work, and they don't know how to market. And it's like, we got to get past that. We got to start teaching people how to generate leads, how to outsource stuff, so they're not spending all their time spinning their wheels. It's important. And that's what I want. That's why I'm doing these webinars, guys. So if you're getting value, help me share the word. I'm on Facebook at Dale Calvert page. Is that what it says? Dale Calvert page right here on Facebook. Twitter, it's at the MLM Minute, or the MLM Minute. Periscope, at the MLM Minute. Yes, I know I've slacked on Periscope, but I gave you hopefully awesome value tonight, and that you can use, and you'll be rolling by Monday. If you decide tonight, I'm going to do this, man, I'm going to go, I'm going to join those 10, I'm going to join free, it's fine. And you don't have to be a list building workshop member, okay, to access what I've just showed you. It's free to everybody on the webinar tonight. Okay, the only thing that's not free is the video, because I think that's of great value, and it'll be of great value to list building workshop members. That's the slide URL. I've given you where you can find the top 10, giving you a password to do that. That's free. You don't have to be a member of anything to do that. Back to list building workshop real quick. My goal is to make that a $997 program. By this time, by the first of the year, if it's not $497, then I have not reached my goal. But it needs to be more than it is now. Honestly, I think the $997. I think it's $97 now, and I believe just that video is worth $97. But in here, you got like these top 15 social media sites. I share the newest stuff we're working on. I got a list to like 40 different network marketing blogs where you can leave a comment and then a link back to your website. online classifieds. There's a mastery training in there. There's just a bunch of stuff, man. There's over 10 hours of video at least in list building workshops. So if you're not a member, I hope you will consider that. Listbuildingworkshop.com. Now, for those of you that are, and I know many of you are, this is what the video is going to look like. Okay, I haven't posted it anywhere yet. I recorded it, but it's not posted. It will be posted and you will be notified by Monday. Honestly, it'll probably be done. It could be done tonight. It'll definitely be done by Monday. Hopefully, it'll be done tomorrow. And that's what it looks like. Virtual assistant safe list training. So it's to hire a virtual assistant. Where do you hire them? You find somebody on Fiverr, or you find somebody on onlinejobs.ph or Odesk, and you say, I need to hire you for 4 hours. I need to hire you for 3 hours. And this is what I want you to do. And you send them the video. And with the video, you also send them your username and password to your 10 different safe lists. Yep. So I'm also going to put, I thought I had this up somewhere. I don't know. I used it in the, I do have a list that I will send you guys as well. And what it is just, it's a list of the 10 sites, and it's got like the banner for the site, the URL to log into it, and then it's got written below it username, password. So you can write in your username and your password, and then you can email it to your virtual assistants. So what they do is when they're sitting down and they're going through this, they just, and honestly, let me show you one more thing. I apologize because again, I know I'm all over the place a little bit tonight. I'm just trying to make sure that you're able to use this at the level that you should be and need to be. All right, I'm back at the website I gave you earlier, and you will have to put in a password to access this. Okay, now once you've got it, you've passed it, you can send this to your virtual assistant. Okay, I don't care. And then all they have to do is they can go viral URL, and then they click members login. Okay, now they put your name in, your email, and log into your account. Follow me? And then they send whatever email that you want them to send. Same with List Joe. Members log in. They can put in your name, your username, log in, boom. So what I'm saying is, I'm going to send you the sheet that you can send them. But if you're on here tonight, I don't care if you give them the password to log into this. Okay, because eventually over time I'm taking it and I'm putting it somewhere else anyway. But for now, I don't mind that you guys do that. All right. Is there anything? See, and again, this is one of those times when I feel like I need to ask. I need to answer questions. If you guys, you're with me, you say, Dale, I just want to go. I'm ready to get started. I want to go. I want to go start signing up. Then great. That's awesome. Go do that right now. For those of you that have questions, it's going to be, if you do have questions, just do me a favor. Just record your questions at Ask Dale on the Ask Dale button at MLMhelp.com if you have questions, because it'll help me help more people at the same time. And I'm just curious because okay.